Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with us today. This podcast is made for beginner English learners, and every episode is simple, friendly, and very useful. Today, we have a really important and timely topic. We are going to talk about how to stay safe in hot weather. Hot weather can be wonderful, but it can also be dangerous if you are not careful. Knowing what to do and what not to do in extreme heat can protect your health and even save your life. I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Mark.
Hello. Thank you, Anna. Hi to all our wonderful listeners. How do I feel about hot weather? I love warm, sunny days, but I have learned to respect extreme heat. Hot weather can become dangerous very quickly, and many people, including healthy young people, underestimate the risks. Today, Anna and I are going to cover everything you need to know about staying safe when temperatures are high. What to drink, what to wear, what to avoid, how to recognize heat-related illness, and so much more. We will also give you lots of useful English vocabulary and phrases. By the end of this episode, you will be well prepared for hot weather. Let's begin.
Let's start with some important hot weather vocabulary. A heat wave is a period of several days when temperatures are much higher than normal. The temperature is how hot or cold something is, measured in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. The UV index tells you how strong the sun's radiation is. A higher number means more risk of sunburn. Humidity is the amount of moisture in the air. High humidity makes hot weather feel even hotter and more uncomfortable. It is sweltering means it is extremely hot. It is scorching also means very hot. The sun is beating down means the sun is very strong and direct.
More important hot weather vocabulary. Sunburn is when the sun's UV rays damage your skin, making it red and painful. Dehydration is when your body does not have enough water. Sunscreen or sun cream is a lotion you apply to your skin to protect it from UV rays. SPF, sun protection factor, tells you how strong the sunscreen is. SPF 50 gives much more protection than SPF 15. Shade means an area not in direct sunlight, protected by trees, buildings, or umbrellas. Ventilation means the flow of fresh air into a building or space, important to keep rooms cool. A fan is a device that moves air to create a cooling breeze.
Now let's talk about the most important hot weather safety rule. Stay hydrated. Hydration means having enough water in your body. When it is hot, your body sweats to cool itself down. Sweating means you lose water rapidly. If you do not replace that water by drinking enough fluids, you become dehydrated. Dehydration causes headaches, dizziness, tiredness, and confusion, and in serious cases, it can be life-threatening. Health experts recommend drinking at least 2 liters of water per day in normal conditions, but during a heat wave, you may need 3 liters or more. In English, useful hydration phrases: drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, keep your fluid levels up. Have you had enough water today? Mark, what are...
Water is the absolute best drink for hydration. Plain, still water. It is free, contains no sugar, and is exactly what your body needs. In very hot weather, you also lose important minerals called electrolytes through sweat, especially sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Sports drinks or electrolyte drinks can help replace these. Coconut water is a natural and delicious source of electrolytes. Diluted fruit juice is also good. Cold herbal teas can be very refreshing. What should you avoid? Alcohol is a diuretic. It actually makes you urinate more and can worsen dehydration. Caffeine in large amounts can also contribute to dehydration. And sugary sodas or fizzy drinks do not hydrate as effectively as water.
Keep a bottle with you at all times. Such simple but vital advice. Now let's talk about sunscreen, because protecting your skin from the sun is one of the most important things you can do in hot weather. Sunscreen protects your skin from UV rays, the invisible radiation from the sun that can cause sunburn, premature aging, and skin cancer with repeated exposure. UV rays are present even on cloudy days, which many people do not realize. Always use sunscreen with at least SPF 30, ideally SPF 50, especially on your face, neck, and any exposed skin. Apply it at least 15 to 20 minutes before going outside.
Great topic. People forget many things about sunscreen. First, the back of your neck and ears are very commonly missed and can burn badly. Do not forget them. Second, lips need protection too. Use a lip balm with SPF. Third, even water-resistant sunscreen needs to be reapplied after swimming because no sunscreen is truly waterproof. Fourth, check the expiry date on your sunscreen. Expired sunscreen does not work as effectively. Fifth, do not rely on sunscreen alone. It is one layer of protection, not total protection. Combine it with protective clothing, shade, and avoiding the strongest sun. Sixth, if you have young children, their skin is especially sensitive and burns faster than adult skin.
Such important reminders about sunscreen. Now, let's talk about what to wear in hot weather, because the right clothing makes a significant difference to how your body manages heat. In very hot weather, wear loose-fitting, lightweight clothing that allows air to circulate around your body. Tight clothing traps heat. Choose light-colored clothes, white, pale yellow, light blue, rather than dark colors. Dark colors absorb more heat from the sun, while light colors reflect it. Natural fabrics like cotton and linen are much better than synthetic fabrics in heat. They breathe better and feel more comfortable. A wide-brimmed hat is very important for protecting your head, face, and neck from direct sunlight.
People make several common clothing mistakes in hot weather. First, wearing dark, tight, or heavy synthetic clothing. This traps heat and makes you feel much hotter than necessary. Second, not wearing a hat. The top of your head gets very hot in direct sunshine, which raises your overall body temperature quickly. Third, not wearing sunglasses. UV rays can damage your eyes over time, causing serious conditions, including cataracts. Look for sunglasses that block 100% of UV rays. Fourth, wearing too little clothing thinking it will be cooler. Sometimes a loose, long-sleeved light cotton shirt actually keeps you cooler than no shirt at all, because it protects you from direct sun while still allowing air to circulate.
A loose, long-sleeved shirt can be cooler than no shirt at all. That is such a surprising but true fact. Now let's talk about timing, when to be outside and when to stay inside. The sun is at its strongest and most dangerous between roughly 11 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. This is called peak sun hours, or the hottest part of the day. During this time, UV rays are at their most intense. The temperature is usually at its highest, and the risk of sunburn, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke is greatest. Health experts recommend avoiding outdoor activity during these hours on very hot days.
Adjusting my schedule during a heat wave is essential. I try to do any outdoor activity, exercising, shopping, gardening, before 10 in the morning or after 5 in the evening when the sun is lower and less intense. During the hottest middle part of the day, I stay inside in a cool, ventilated space. Many cultures in hot countries have traditionally practiced a midday rest, called a siesta in Spanish-speaking cultures, and this wisdom makes complete sense from a health perspective. If you need to go outside during peak hours, use as much protection as possible. Hat, sunglasses, light clothing, sunscreen, and carry cold water.
The siesta tradition makes complete scientific sense. Now let's talk about keeping your home cool during hot weather, because a hot home is genuinely dangerous, especially for older people and young children. Some key strategies for cooling your home. First, close curtains, blinds, and shutters during the day. This blocks the sun's heat from entering through windows. Surprisingly, keeping windows closed during the hottest part of the day, when outside air is hotter than inside, also helps keep cool air in. Then, in the evening, when outside temperatures drop, open windows to allow the cooler night air in. This is called cross-ventilation. Mark, what other strategies help keep a home cool during a heat wave?
More great home cooling strategies. Use electric fans strategically. Placing a fan near a window at night draws cooler air in. A bowl of ice in front of a fan creates a very effective and cheap air cooling effect. Avoid using your oven or hob. Cooking creates heat inside your home. Eat cold meals or cook very briefly when temperatures are lower. Turn off unnecessary electrical appliances and lights. These generate heat even when on standby. On very hot days, wet a cloth with cold water and place it on your neck, wrists, or forehead. These are pulse points where blood vessels are close to the skin, and cooling them quickly lowers your body temperature.
Ice in front of a fan, such a clever and inexpensive solution. Now let's talk about heat exhaustion, because this is a real medical condition that many people experience during hot weather. Heat exhaustion happens when your body overheats, usually from being in the sun too long or doing too much physical activity in hot conditions. Symptoms, signs that you have heat exhaustion, include heavy sweating, pale or cool skin, feeling very tired or weak, dizziness or feeling faint, nausea, feeling like you want to vomit, headache, and muscle cramps, painful tightness in your muscles. If you or someone near you experiences these symptoms, it is important to act quickly.
If someone shows signs of heat exhaustion, act immediately. First, move them to a cool place, indoors with air conditioning or at least into the shade. Second, help them lie down and raise their legs slightly. This helps blood flow back to the brain and reduces the risk of fainting. Third, remove any unnecessary clothing to help their body cool down. Fourth, give them cool water to drink slowly if they are conscious and able to swallow. Fifth, cool their skin by spraying or sponging with cool, not ice-cold, water and fan them. Sixth, apply cold, wet cloths to their forehead, neck, and wrists.
Act immediately and call emergency services if needed. Absolutely essential advice. Now let's talk about heat stroke, which is much more serious than heat exhaustion and is a genuine medical emergency. Heat stroke happens when the body temperature rises to a very dangerous level, above 40 degrees Celsius, and the body can no longer cool itself down. Without immediate treatment, heat stroke can cause permanent damage to the brain, kidneys, and other organs, and can be fatal, which means it can cause death. Signs of heat stroke include very high body temperature, confusion or strange behavior, not sweating despite the heat, red and hot skin, rapid heartbeat, and loss of consciousness.
Heat stroke is a life-threatening emergency. Call the emergency number immediately and do not wait. While waiting for help to arrive, here is what to do. Move the person to the coolest available place, indoors or shade. Remove outer clothing. Cool them as rapidly as possible. Apply ice packs to their neck, armpits, and groin area where large blood vessels are close to the surface. If ice packs are not available, wrap them in wet sheets and fan them. Do not give them water to drink if they are confused or unconscious. They could choke. Put them in the recovery position if they are unconscious but breathing on their side to prevent choking.
Never leave someone alone who you suspect has heat stroke. So important. Now let's talk about groups of people who need extra care in hot weather, because some people are at much higher risk than others. Elderly people are at higher risk because the body's ability to regulate temperature naturally decreases with age. Babies and very young children are at high risk because their bodies heat up much faster than adults, and they cannot tell you they are too hot. Pregnant women have higher body temperatures and need extra care. People with chronic health conditions, such as heart disease, diabetes, or respiratory problems, are more vulnerable.
Elderly people are especially vulnerable during heat waves for several important reasons. First, their sense of thirst decreases with age, so they do not feel thirsty even when they are becoming dehydrated. Second, their skin becomes less efficient at sweating, which reduces the body's natural cooling ability. Third, many elderly people take multiple medications, some of which can increase heat sensitivity or affect sweating. Fourth, older people often live alone and may not have family or friends checking on them regularly during a heat wave. This isolation increases the risk significantly. During heat waves, it is really important to check on elderly relatives, neighbors, and friends. Visit them, call them, or have someone keep an eye on them.
Community care saves lives during extreme heat. Such a powerful and true statement. Now let's talk about hot weather and cars, because cars can become extremely dangerous very quickly in sunshine. On a warm day, even a day that does not feel very hot, the temperature inside a parked car can rise to 60 or 70 degrees Celsius within just a few minutes. This is because glass windows trap heat, creating a greenhouse effect. This is potentially fatal for children or pets left inside. Never leave children or pets alone in a parked car in warm weather, even for just a few minutes.
Hot car safety is so important. A few more things about driving in hot weather. Before driving, check that your car has enough coolant, the liquid that prevents the engine from overheating, and water in the radiator. Overheating engines are very common during heat waves. If your engine overheats while driving, indicated by the temperature gauge rising, pull over safely. Turn off the engine and wait for it to cool before opening the bonnet. Never open the bonnet of an overheating car immediately. The pressure can cause serious burns. Carry a bottle of water in your car for both yourself and the vehicle. Wear sunglasses while driving to reduce glare and eye strain.
Such important car safety information. Now let's talk about swimming and water safety in hot weather, because hot days send many people to swimming pools, lakes, rivers, and the sea. Water activities are a wonderful way to cool down, but they also carry risks that increase in hot weather. First, always swim in supervised areas where there is a lifeguard if possible. Second, never swim alone. Third, check conditions before swimming in open water. Currents, tides, and water depth can be very different from what they appear. Fourth, children must be supervised very closely near water at all times. Drowning can happen very quickly and silently.
Water safety in hot weather is so important to talk about. Here are more key points. Know your own swimming ability and stay within your limits. Open water swimming is very different from pool swimming. The cold water in some lakes and rivers can cause cold water shock, even on a hot day, which can cause sudden difficulty breathing and loss of muscle control. Always enter open water slowly rather than jumping in. Wear appropriate water shoes on rocks or uneven surfaces to prevent injury. If you get into difficulty in the water, stay calm and try to float on your back. Use your energy wisely rather than panicking.
Float on your back if you get into difficulty. I want everyone to remember that. Now let's talk about how to help your pets and animals stay safe in hot weather, because animals feel the heat too and can suffer from heat stroke just like humans. Dogs especially struggle in heat. Never leave a pet in a parked car. Make sure pets always have access to fresh, cool water. On very hot days, limit your dog's walks to early morning or late evening when it is cooler. Hot pavements can burn a dog's paws. If you cannot hold your hand on the pavement for 5 seconds comfortably, it is too hot for your dog to walk on.
Pet heat stroke is a genuine emergency. If your pet is showing signs of overheating, act very quickly. Move them immediately to a cool, shaded area. Wet their coat with cool, not ice-cold water. Place cool, damp towels on their neck, armpits, and between their hind legs. Allow them to drink small amounts of cool water if they are conscious and able to swallow. Do not cover them with wet towels. This can trap heat. And take them to a veterinarian, a vet, as quickly as possible, even if they seem to be recovering. Heat stroke in animals can cause internal organ damage that is not immediately visible.
Our animals depend on us for their safety. Such an important responsibility. Now let's do a quiz for our listeners. I will describe a situation, and Mark will say whether the person is being safe or not and explain why. Ready? Situation 1. Sarah is outside gardening at 2 in the afternoon on a very hot and sunny day. She is wearing a black t-shirt and dark jeans. She has not applied sunscreen. She has a small glass of water next to her and has been outside for 3 hours. Listeners, think about all the hot weather safety rules we have discussed today. Is Sarah being safe in this situation?
Sarah is definitely not being safe. Let me count the problems. First, gardening at 2 in the afternoon is exactly during peak sun hours, the most dangerous time. She should be inside or in the shade. Second, wearing a black t-shirt and dark jeans is the worst possible clothing choice in hot sun. Dark colors absorb heat and will make her feel much hotter. Third, no sunscreen. She is exposing her skin to strong UV radiation and will likely get sunburned. Fourth, a small glass of water after 3 hours outdoors is nowhere near enough hydration. She is almost certainly becoming dehydrated.
Perfect assessment of Sarah's situation. Now, situation 2. Michael is going on a summer picnic at 10 in the morning. He puts on SPF 50 sunscreen. He wears a light blue loose linen shirt and a wide-brimmed hat. He carries a 2-liter bottle of water and an electrolyte drink. He plans to sit under a large tree and return home by noon before the hottest part of the day. He has prepared cold food, so he does not need to cook. Listeners, is Michael being safe? Mark, what do you think? Is there anything Michael is doing very well or anything he could improve?
Michael is doing almost everything right. He's an excellent hot weather safety example. Let me go through his good choices. SPF 50 sunscreen, excellent protection. Light blue loose linen shirt, perfect color and fabric choice for reflecting heat. Wide-brimmed hat, essential sun protection for head, face, and neck. 2 liters of water plus electrolyte drink, excellent hydration planning. Sitting under a tree, natural shade is wonderful. Leaving by noon, sensibly avoiding the hottest peak sun hours. Cold food prepared in advance avoids cooking heat inside his home and the picnic location. The only thing I would suggest Michael adds is sunglasses to protect his eyes from UV rays.
Michael is my hot weather hero. Now, let's talk about food safety in hot weather, because food can spoil much faster in heat and cause food poisoning. Food poisoning occurs when bacteria in food multiply rapidly in warm temperatures. Some important food safety rules for hot weather. Never leave perishable food that spoils easily like meat, fish, dairy, and eggs, at room temperature for more than 2 hours. In very hot weather, this reduces to 1 hour. Keep cold food in a refrigerator or cool box with ice packs. When transporting food for a picnic or barbecue, keep it in a cool bag. Thoroughly cook meat, especially chicken, to kill any bacteria.
Food poisoning is unfortunately very common in summer. Signs typically appear between 30 minutes and 48 hours after eating contaminated food. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, diarrhea, and sometimes fever. For mild food poisoning, rest, drink plenty of fluids to prevent dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea, and avoid solid food until you feel better. Seek medical attention if you have severe vomiting that prevents you from keeping fluids down, very high fever, blood in your vomit or diarrhea, or if symptoms last more than 2 days. Elderly people, young children, and people with weakened immune systems are at risk of serious complications and should see a doctor sooner.
When in doubt, throw it out. Such a memorable and important rule for food safety. Now let's talk about exercising safely in hot weather, because many people continue their usual exercise routines during heat waves without adapting them, which can be very dangerous. Here are the key rules for exercising in hot weather. First, exercise in the early morning or late evening, not during peak sun hours. Second, reduce your intensity. Exercise more gently than usual in heat. Third, drink water before, during, and after exercise. Fourth, wear light, breathable clothing. Fifth, choose shaded routes when running or cycling outdoors.
Excellent exercise safety points. A few more important additions. Acclimatization is the process of getting gradually used to hot conditions. If you are not used to exercising in heat, start with very short, easy sessions and build up over 1 to 2 weeks. Your body needs time to adapt its cooling mechanisms. Monitor your urine color. Pale yellow means you are well hydrated. Dark yellow or orange means you need to drink more water urgently. Athletes call this the urine color test, and it is genuinely useful. If you normally run 5 kilometers, consider walking it instead during extreme heat.
The urine color test. So practical and so easy to use. Now let's give our listeners a complete hot weather safety checklist, a list of all the most important things to remember. Before going outside in hot weather, apply SPF 30 or higher sunscreen. Wear a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses. Put on light-colored, loose, breathable clothing. Fill a large water bottle and carry it with you. Check the weather forecast and UV index. Plan to be outside during cooler hours, morning or late afternoon. Tell someone where you are going if you will be alone, and prepare for emergencies. Know the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke.
Continuing the checklist, while you are outside, drink water regularly before you feel thirsty. Stay in shade whenever possible. Avoid intense physical activity during peak sun hours. Reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Check on anyone you with, especially children, elderly people, and pets. Take regular cool-down breaks indoors or in shade. Watch yourself and others for signs of heat illness. At home, keep curtains and blinds closed during the day. Open windows at night for ventilation. Use cool, wet cloths to lower body temperature. Avoid using the oven during the hottest part of the day. Keep cold water and cool drinks available at all times. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors.
What a comprehensive and practical checklist. Now let's give our listeners some key English phrases they can use to talk about hot weather safely. It is dangerously hot today. Stay hydrated. The UV index is very high. Wear SPF 50 and a hat. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Stay in the shade between 11 and 3. I feel dizzy. I need some water and shade. She looks unwell. Let's move her to somewhere cool. Never leave children or pets in a hot car. The forecast says it will be over 40 degrees. Be careful. I am checking on my elderly neighbor during this heat wave. When in doubt about your health in hot,
A few final and important tips. First, never underestimate heat. It is one of the world's deadliest weather phenomena, more dangerous than most people realize. Second, plan ahead. Buy sunscreen, prepare cool drinks, and check the forecast before a hot day. Third, look out for each other. The most vulnerable people in your community may need your help during extreme heat. Fourth, trust your body. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Act early before symptoms become serious. Fifth, download your local emergency number so it is ready in case of a heat emergency. And sixth, cool down before you sleep. A comfortable bedroom temperature significantly improves your health during a heat wave.
what a wonderfully important and comprehensive episode this has been. I feel very prepared for hot weather after today. Let me give a final summary of everything we covered. We talked about key hot weather vocabulary: heat wave, dehydration, UV index, heat stroke. We discussed staying hydrated with water and electrolyte drinks. We covered sunscreen use, protective clothing, and timing your outdoor activities. We learned how to keep your home cool during a heat wave. We explored heat exhaustion and heat stroke, how to recognize and respond to them. We talked about vulnerable groups, car safety, water safety, pet safety, food safety, and exercise safety. We did a quiz about Sarah and Michael.
Thank you so much, Anna. This was such a vitally important episode. And a huge thank you to every listener who joined us today. Hot weather is one of those topics where a little knowledge really can save a life. Yours, a family member's, or a neighbor's. Share what you learned today with people around you, especially if you know elderly people, people with young children, or anyone who might need extra support during extreme heat. Use today's English vocabulary in real conversations about weather and safety. Ask friends, are you staying hydrated? Do you have enough sunscreen? How are you keeping cool? These small conversations matter.